Assuming that businesses are listening to the customers and recognizing the degree of change, then I think the most significant things are this journey that customers are making now into what you might call digital. And the things that characterize digital are that information is increasingly a real-time asset. That means that we expect to be able to access it in any situation, probably on any device at any time of day. That's difficult because a lot of that information has remained proprietary and locked away in our organizations as opposed to being available as a service to customers. They expect us to be responsive, and that really means, again, available by channel, available by topic, very much under our own steam. They also expect us to be able to personalize what we're saying to them to the degree that they want to cut out the irrelevancies. They just want what matters to them in the moment, and being served up in pretty much any way. Now, that's the ideal. Are you going to lose customers immediately if you can't do that? No, but these are some of the trends that we're beginning to see take place. And we're living in very much, as we already know, a time-poor environment where there's a tremendous complexity just to getting our life done, ironically. And so organizations that can simplify that engagement, that can deliver it in a way that suits our own individual requirement is again important. I think the other thing I would say is that we're not all at the same point in the journey. So interestingly, you might find somebody who has gone across the digital, I suppose, divide, is quite comfortable sharing information with organizations, expecting in return a highly personalized service. There are others that still feel they don't want the company to know a great deal about them at all and are happy to work in more traditional ways. But on the other hand, it's not as customized, typically, as a result of that. So organizations, one of the things they probably need to do is to understand where their customers are sitting in terms of their digital sophistication as being a new way of segmenting and starting to relate to customers. I think we're only just begun on that journey. I think there's a huge amount that's still going to happen, and one of the important things is that we are able to audit and understand from our customers how they are evolving. And I think one of the tricks in today's world is to be able to provide services and products that reflect where they are in that particular journey. It's quite a complicated thing to do. And that's why things like voice of the customer, things like journey maps, what we were discussing today, the digital profile of your customers, all of those are different ways in which you can get a handle on how people are doing the change. The net result, if you're good at that as an organization, will be that you do more outside-in style engagement based upon those priorities, based upon what matters to the customer, as opposed to continuing to engage based on internal priorities, which has typically been the way that people have worked to date. So in summary, it's all about trying to focus the business on the things that matter to the customer, trying to be responsive, trying to be accommodating to all the different ways in which they want to deal with us. Is all that stuff new? Yes and no. We've always expected responsiveness, we've always expected organizations to be relevant to us, but I think that the bar, what that actually means in today's world, is continuing to rise. And of course, as customers, because it's so visible out there, being an online world, we can quickly go, ooh, they're good, why aren't they good? So that bar is rising faster than ever before. And what was acceptable maybe 2 years ago is not the case today. And again, that will be true in the future. So it's a very dynamic world that we're living in, and one that's rapidly changing. I think if you're not listening as an organization, you're in real trouble relative to that question you just asked.